Greetings! Oh, okay. Bye, Tarzan. Greetings, Lego fans. Welcome to another live stream of the Vintage Brick. I hope you're doing awesome wherever you are. We are building the AT-M6 Star Wars Lego AT-M6 Walker from... Yes, hello Tarzan. From which movie was it? Force Awakens? No, Last Jedi, maybe. Yeah, I think. So yes, it is coming along pretty well. Before we get too far into it, I have to say a huge shout out to and a huge thank you to the Lego Star Wars Community NZ Facebook group, and Tarzan agrees, and because they lent me the set to actually build on the live stream. Oh, you're going to be noisy tonight, aren't you? Hey? Yeah. Hey Ryan, it's great to have you on the stream. Yeah, welcome. Hope you are doing awesome. Hope you are having a fantastic day, and I hope that you recovered from the storms the other night. On, was it Sunday morning actually, when you were up at 4:15 AM on my stream. Now that's dedication, right? That's dedication. So yes, this thing is coming along pretty well. Let's have a bit of a look to see where we are up to. This top section is really looking good, and it's pretty solid. It's got a fair bit of weight to it. It's yeah, it's good. Now we found a couple of parts last time that were missing, but I have not had a chance to get hold of them, so we are just going to build on and hope for the best. A lot of the parts are a little bit kind of superficial. There's this bit at the back here where it kind of needs a couple more just to lock all that in place, but we will definitely track them down. We'll find them. Yeah, we're going to track them down. So this is what we've got to do. This is how far we've got to go. We've got these bags still to go. So still quite a bit of work. However, yeah, a couple more streams I think, and we should be done. But this lot left over from the last bag. Whoops, where is it? There it is. So we should power through that pretty quick. We are up to step number 372 of round 667. So we are well over halfway, which is great. It was felt like a great milestone to get over halfway. Yeah, it's a good feeling. So hopefully Tarzan's going to actually settle, aren't you? You're going to find somewhere to have a sleep? He may even have a sleep on the building table. We'll see. He kind of likes to do that. So we will see what he decides. How's the music going? Quiet but good. All right. Yes, thanks for recovering from the lack of sleep that night. It was perfect time you had an early morning stream going there. Indeed. Yes. Needed to squeeze in another stream to try and get this done, because I do have a deadline to have this done by the week of Christmas. It has to be finished, and any filming that I want to do with it and pulled apart before the 23rd, when we end up going away for a few days before Christmas, and it has to be done by Christmas Day. So without further ado, I think we should probably crack into it. I was trying to think of some of the things. Oh, that's right. Do you want to go outside now, Tarzan? I might just kick him outside. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. Come on, out you go. All right. And I'm back. So I managed to hit a bit of a milestone today. Actually, was it today, or it was maybe a couple of days ago? But yes, hit a milestone. It's a kind of a little bit of an inconsequential milestone, but a fun milestone to actually get nonetheless. And that was 15,000 views on the channel total. I thought that's pretty good going. That's pretty cool. It doesn't really have any bearing or impact on anything, except that it's just kind of cool. Yeah, I'm yet to have a video that would have that many views, obviously. But I guess that's the next thing to try and strive for, is having a video going kind of blowing up a little bit and going a little bit viral. That'll be cool. So at the moment, just putting out whatever kind of content I can think of that people might be interested in watching, and also that I enjoy doing. Because I mean, hey, if I'm not enjoying it, then what's the point, right? What else do we need? Right. Yes, it is a good milestone to reach. And since I've been doing the live streams, the subscriber count has been going up a little bit quicker than normal, which is kind of nice. And well, we hit 285 today, which was also quite a cool milestone. That's cool. It's always nice. It's always rewarding to see the channel growing, and people enjoying the content and enjoying what I'm doing. So yeah, 285 that's not too bad at the moment. It's a great inspiration to see channels like New Zealand channels like Brickscene hitting their that's not the right one, hitting their 1,000 subscriber mark recently, and that's really cool. I'm stoked as for them, absolutely stoked as. It's definitely the milestone to try and reach. How long has the channel been active for? It has been just over a year. So it started in, I think I put out my very first video at the end of November last year. So yeah, I think it's done pretty well in the year. It has been definitely an interesting process, seeing growing the channel and trying to get the content out, and realizing that the speed build videos are quite cool and people really do enjoy watching them, but I needed to do other things in the channel, because I can't just do the speed build videos because they take so long, and unfortunately I just can't bring myself to reduce the quality now that I've kind of set a standard. I really don't want to go backwards, because people enjoy the quality of the speed builds, but they do take a while to put together. So hence the live streams, and I think in the future I'll probably end up doing a lot more vlog style, just what I'm up to and the places that I'm going, and just anything that I find interesting. Yeah, branch out into different avenues, so to speak. Yes, it has. I have been quite happy with how it's done in the first year. And you do hear people, stories of people that they put out a few videos and all of a sudden they've got like thousands of subscribers within a few months and things like that. But that's a very edge case, definitely not the norm. Of course, it'd be great if that did happen, but I think there are so many Lego YouTubers out there that it's just, yeah, that kind of thing's not really realistic. You just kind of got to get involved in the community and get your name out there a little bit, and I think that's the best way to grow and the best way to do things. That's what I've been trying to do, especially over the last few months. Actually, it's been really interesting getting involved in a little bit more in the online Lego community, and finding that there is a few different communities around. And yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. I like it. It's fun. Yeah, so it's a good milestone to reach, and I have actually just finished setting up my merch store, which is pretty cool as well. Just give me a second. It's where does that live? That's what I just put on there. Oh, is it on the other side? No. Here we go. Here's this game of spot the difference. Unless that is actually another mistake, and that instruction is exactly the same as the previous one. Which it might be. That's pretty hilarious if that's the case. I can't see where any of these parts would go. Yeah, alright. Oh well, let's just assume that we don't need those pieces right now. And we'll get onto some other pieces. Right, so anyway, try and follow my train of thought without getting distracted. Yeah, just finished setting up the US merch store. So I already kind of had set up the New Zealand one. It's kind of just a very soft launch of the New Zealand store. Kind of, if you knew where to look for it, you'd be able to find it. But if you didn't know about it, you wouldn't go looking for it. Yeah, just finished setting up the US store, which is really cool because I've got way more selection of things that I can do, and there's some really cool stuff in there. So at some point I'll post some links on Facebook and all of that to some of the items. But yeah, t-shirts and so forth. I have worn the one of the t-shirts from the merch store I have worn on the channel a few times already with the Lego brick head of the vintage brick, and I haven't got the news brick one, but there is a news brick one as well, which is really cool. Yeah. So if anyone wants to go have a look at the merch store and have a little bit of a peruse, like I said, I've kind of just soft launched them, so you can go to the about page of the channel, and there's the link to the New Zealand store and the US store down the bottom of the about page on the YouTube channel. So yeah, go have a look and tell me what you think. Tell me if you like the stuff there. If there's any other things that you'd like to see, let me know. Yeah. Looks good. You've been here already. Fantastic. Fantastic, right. Come on, Mr. One by One, where are you? This is supposed to be a substitute piece as well. Quite possibly it could be. Looks like it at this stage. Alright, it's just... Oh, not a substitute piece, it's the actual piece. I thought I was looking for a light grey 1x1 plate, but turns out I was actually supposed to be looking for a dark grey one. yes, so I've managed to do a little bit of progress on some more videos. There are some more build videos coming, but they, as I said before, they do take a while. So I'm trying to still prioritize all the live stream stuff while doing editing on the other build videos in between when I get a chance. I am hoping that over the Christmas break I will be able to do a whole lot of work on the videos and so forth, and maybe even do a few daytime live streams. I thought that could be kind of fun as well. Some daytime stuff to you know, something to do, you know, when it's sunny outside and like everybody else is going to the beach and you just want to like sit inside in the doom and gloom and watch YouTube. Yeah, I think we'll get the streams going so that can happen. You know, because I mean, who wants to go to the beach in summer, right? You know, New Zealand, Australia, who wants to go to the beach? I'm sure we will be making it to the beach at some point. At some point. But we will see. This goes on top of those. This bit goes there. Okay. Now what, let's get a bit more of a view here. Actually, how am I going to do this? Good. Yeah. Oh, actually, now I've just got that there, I might just twist this around actually, just a smidge. Right, so let's do a little bit of building some other bits. Ooh, that's right. It's time for a substitute piece, I think. This could be interesting. Right, I can get away with substitute piece. 3. So anyone in the chat, feel free to say hi in the chat. More than welcome to lurk in the background if you would like to, but it's always more fun when there's kind of conversation going on. So feel free to say hi, even if it's literally just hi. I try and make everyone feel welcome. We got 2 of those. These guys. And it's always really interesting too. I find it really fascinating who, hang on, right, who ends up being in the stream and where everybody is from in the world. I find it really, really interesting, super fascinating. Love chatting with people, especially ones that have the same interests interested in what I'm doing. It's fun. It's a great Wii community. Lego's a great conversation starter. Especially something that may or may not be coming in the post for you, Ryan. Actually, let me know, Ryan, if you listen to these streams on headphones or whether you listen to them in a public space, because I don't want to get you in trouble. So please let me know in the chat if you typically listen to these on headphones or in a public space. Because if you, yes, I just don't want to get you in trouble. That would be bad. In which, if you're listening to this in a public space, I'll probably just dropped you right in it. So, if that is the case, I am exceptionally sorry. I am sorry. Oh no, that definitely needs to be a 2x4 with the holes. Oh, beautiful. It's the wrong color, but that's okay. There is one here. This is supposed to be the substitute piece. Thought for just a second there that I was going to be in some deep doo-doo with not being able to continue this build tonight. But it is okay. We are all good. I don't mind some substitute parts here and there. Obviously, it's not going to look quite as good with the subbed parts, but at least we can get through the build. Now, Mr. Cheese Wedge, or do we run out of the cheese wedges? We might have run out, so let's have a look at the spares bag. See if we can find a cheese wedge in here. Look, there's one. Are there any black cheese wedges by any chance? No. That's okay. I've already had the inevitable awkward conversation about my Christmas gift. Actually, it went down rather well. Fantastic. Oh man, I am so stoked to hear that. I really am. Yes, I'm stoked that went well. Which I would kind of hope that it would go down well, because if it's something that you're passionate about and it's something that you're into and that you actually genuinely really want, then I don't know. I reckon it doesn't really matter what it is, you know. I think if your other half, your partner is, you know, I'm just talking in general. You know, your other half's got to be supportive to a point, you know, I reckon. That's my opinion anyway. So I am absolutely over the moon that conversation went well. That's awesome. Yeah, and another thing too, like I really do think that birthday and Christmas presents, I think probably especially Christmas, no, birthday too. Like, I think the presents have got to be things that, I don't know, that you wouldn't necessarily go out and get on your own, or something that's kind of fun and that you just really want, you know. I think this might be too long. Hang on, what's this? This is a 2, 4, 6, 8, and that is a 9. And it's supposed to be a 7. That looks more like it. Yeah, I mean it's all right getting gifts that you need as such, but it's so much more fun when it's a gift that you want, and it's just, you know, it's a little bit out there, like it's not necessarily what people might expect. Yeah, I think it's cool. Very, very cool. Right, there's that piece. Those bits. There's all sorts of interesting parts used in this step. Ooh, those bits. Oh no, they just sit on there. Okay, all right. She doesn't really understand, but is supportive nonetheless. Haha, yeah. First reaction was, what? Second reaction was, whatever makes you happy. She doesn't really understand, but supportive nonetheless. Yeah, totally. And I mean, that's cool too. Like, yeah, I don't know. It is very, very cool that she is supportive, and I think that's, and yeah, sometimes they don't really understand, but it's really cool when they are still supportive, and yeah, no, that's really cool. Down there to, oh, ooh, slidey bit. Nice. So right, we need a couple of those. And often I think too, people will kind of hear, oh, you got Lego, and they kind of think of those, you know, those little 80s and 90s sets, which were significantly smaller, and a lot of people don't really realize how insanely incredible some of these models are these days. Yeah, and they kind of they kind of catch on once they actually see what they are these days, what they can do. It's kind of, I've said the story before on one of the other streams, but it's kind of like when I said to my wife that I really wanted a radio controlled car for my birthday one birthday, and I was just, and she was like, oh really, are you sure? Like, I don't know, is it like just so that the kids can chase it around, or is that something that you actually really want? It's like, no, it's something that I really want. I'd really like to get into it, and I ended up actually racing them, and it is really interesting when you talk to people about radio control cars. It's kind of similar with Lego. That people kind of think that of these cheap little radio control cars that you just buy at a toy shop, and they can go, you know, a few k's an hour, and are just, you know, really slow. Whereas that's not what they are at all. They are pretty serious racing machines. And when people see them go around the track for the first time, their mouths are usually hanging open, because they are quite an impressive sight to watch. Especially in a good race with people who really know how to drive them and are having a good race battle, and it's kind of a similar reaction, I guess, to Lego as well. People don't really realize how incredible it is, and that there's a lot of sets these days that are actually geared towards adults, and it's not just kids' toys anymore. I mean, technically, yes, it is a toy, but solar radio control cars, but you can take things to the next level, you know. So that's cool. I also sweetened the idea by suggesting I'd regift the set to my future kids. Nice, good move. I like that. The old family heirloom argument. Excellent. That's fantastic. That is really cool. Yes, so for anybody else in the chat, Ryan has, actually I hope you don't mind, Ryan, of me telling the story and some of the things that you had said on the stream, because I think it's a really cool story actually. And I did mention it to some other people the other day, and yeah, you know, just how you had Lego when you were a kid, and you kind of got to about the 12-year-old mark, and your dad said, oh no, you kind of need to, yeah, you're too old for that now, so no. And then how that made you feel, you know, didn't make you feel great, and then you haven't really looked at it since, but you've just been recently inspired to have another look and actually go, you know what, I actually like this stuff. I'm gonna get a set, and I am gonna build it, and I'm gonna love every second of it. And I think that's awesome. I think that's really, really cool. Family heirloom argument. Well, that's the thing too. I mean, the reality is it does last forever, and the set that you've got, it is going to be a classic, and chances are, I would say that it will probably be one of those sets that actually increases in value if it's looked after well, and all the pieces are kept together. It's kept out of direct sunlight and all of that. I think for those in the chat, Ryan has ordered himself his first Lego set since when he was a kid, and it's a great choice of set too. He has ordered the Ecto-1, which looks very, very cool. I mean, and it's an classic iconic movie. So it's not like it's going to date, you know. I mean, yes, the movie does to a point, but yeah, it's always going to be an icon, especially with the re-release coming out, with sorry, not the re-release, but the new movie coming out. So yeah, I think it's definitely a great choice of set. It is one that I would love to have one day. Probably not overly on my scope of things to get, especially not in the near future, but it is one of those ones I would absolutely love to get one day. So if anyone doesn't know, what the Ecto-1 is, it is the Ghostbusters car, like the car, but it's big scale. It's like, hang on, this one. It's probably like about that big. Like it is. Oh, it might even be bigger, like that big maybe. It's a monster. It is huge. It is very, very large. So it's definitely a build and display type piece. It has got some cool functional feature bits, but I think it's designed for the adult collector. It's a big set too. I think, what is it? Is it one of those like 2,500 pieces odd? Around about that. Yeah, great set. And the same scale as the 1989 Batmobile, or similar scale to the 1989 Batmobile. So they would make a good, potentially a good pair. Quite possibly, you know, if you had a bit of a display going on, But yeah, no, great choice. Great choice. Very excited to rediscover my passion for Lego. Yes. I think the only thing I can suggest is take your time, find some space and some time with no distractions, and just take your time and just enjoy it. I know Rich from Brick Scene, when he built his, he decided not to put some of the stickers on, which I think is a perfectly valid and logical choice. Some of the stickers, like it's almost like cartoon rust. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's completely up to you whether you would like to put that on. But he chose not to, and I think if I got it, I don't know if I would either. Well, actually, he did say that he was going to try and track down all of the parts on Bricklink or something that actually had the stickers on, so he could have the option of having the stickers on there or not. And I thought that was actually quite a good idea as well. A good way to be able to swap them out without having to wreck any stickers or anything like that. Because that's the thing with stickers, is you put them on, and once they're on, they're on. And if you take them off, they don't go back on again. So having the extra parts with the stickers on was a great idea. I just need one of those and a couple of those. And a 1x4, excuse my creaky chair. Okay, what have we got here? So this guy goes in behind here. Now we are missing an upright in here, but it's not completely structural, so I'm going to try and track one of those down later on. So we can put it in later. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Eliashiv Cabral, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let me know where you're from. Always interested to see where people are from and where people are watching from and what people are up to. I hope you enjoy your stay. Stick around for a long time, join in the conversation, or just sit back, relax, and watch me ramble on about nothing. 4 of those. Thanks also to yourself. Watching your channel has really inspired me. Well, thank you very much, Ryan. I am absolutely stoked that that I have inspired you to follow a passion and to reignite a passion. That's really, really cool. Oh, all right, here we go. Don't panic. I have some beams in here. Do I have enough? 3. So one more. There is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, 16 pins. Crikey. So I thought I only needed 4. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. All right. Still debating whether to add the rust stickers or not. I can't decide yet. Yeah, it is a tricky one. In some ways, you kind of, yeah, that is a really tricky one. But hey, if you need a hand with trying to track down the parts that the rust stickers would actually go on over Bricklink, which is a great place to buy just extra and random parts, secondhand and new. Just give me a yell and let me know. I'm more than happy to give you a hand and guide you through that process. It can be a little bit daunting to begin with, but once you kind of have some guidance or get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to use. Yeah, I use Bricklink all the time to get all sorts of bits and pieces. Managed to track down all of the parts from all over the world for all of my old childhood Lego sets for the videos that I've done so far. So yeah, it's good. Is good, is good, is good. Right. Just give me a second here. Where is that supposed to go? Ah, right there. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Oh. That 8 beam in here. I don't think there is, but that's okay because I think I might actually have a spare black 8 beam somewhere. Where would you be? One in here. Is this an 8 or is this? No, it's way longer than 8. I know I definitely do have some spares. Just a second. Just a second. That looks like a 10 as well. That looks like a 10. I think it's a 12. I'm sure I have some spare 8s somewhere. Somewhere that I got recently. Okay, not that bag. Try another bag. Here we go. Here we go. This looks like an 8 beam. There we go. Look at that. Just need to remember to mark that off. Oh, actually. Oh, look at that. The actual parts. It's also an 8. Yes. Okay. Right. We don't need a method. Did have a spare one. I actually had one spare one waiting. Waiting. Just for just a time as this. Cool. Just refresh my memory as to what other bits and pieces we have in here. Okay, cool. All right, let me just put my ears back in. for this step. Couple of 3s, couple of 8s, okay. One of those. I need a couple of these. There's another one in here. There is. That. Some tiles, some long slippy dudes. Okay, I think we are good there. Now, yeah. So last night I had a little bit of a play with Lego Design Studio, which was quite interesting. I have had a bit of a play with it before, not a lot, but a little bit. Just having a bit of a play with, yeah, with a possible MOC for the future. I thought it would be quite cool to have a bit of a play to design another bigger pirate ship. Yeah, big pirate ship MOC. I kind of got all inspired by the Pirates of Barracuda Bay over there. Yeah, probably my favorite Lego set build ever. I really enjoyed building that. But I wanted to, I didn't want to just copy what was done on the Pirates of Barracuda Bay ship. I kind of wanted to take that idea and move it forward a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit wider and a little bit higher, so that we can get away. So that proportionately it would look okay, being longer and a bit wider, and potentially having a second deck underneath, whereas this one's just got the one. Wanted to make it so you could have two, so you could have two tiers of guns. I thought that would be really, really cool. So yeah, just having a bit of a play, just kind of trying to get the right shape on the outline. So next thing is to try and figure out how I can use that outline and use the pieces, and yeah, be able to get the gun ports in there and all that sort of stuff. Thought that would be kind of fun. Okay, lots of substitute pieces here. Crikey. These are also sub pieces. Fours, some twos, 2, 3, 2 fours, 6s. Let's just double check. I'm not going to need those pieces. I might need those pieces actually. Okay, so I better not use them. Use them up. What am I going to do there then, eh? Got one block. Brick. Any more bricks here? Use, not really. Okay, I don't think it's going to be too critical, because I imagine, yeah, it's just support underneath this area in here, which I'll just be missing a block. But I think that'll be okay. Do I need that techno piece? Doesn't look like it. So I can kind of fudge my way through that a little bit. Let's see. bits on. Show you what I'm doing in there. Now we're getting to the point where a lot of the stuff is so zoomed out that it actually just takes a second to figure out where these parts go. Being a mock, they're not official instructions, so you find a few little quirky bits here and there, a few little mistakes, a few little just random things, but we are definitely getting there. Right, so we've got this. The 4 will typically go there, and then the 6 will typically go there. But since we've just got the 1 4, let's just, I don't know, chuck it in there. That should be structurally sound enough. Gosh, I've got all sorts of bits and pieces missing here. So this guy goes on there. And we've got this guy goes on there. We should have an arch piece in here somewhere. Oh, big arch piece. There we go. Because even when I ordered all of the missing parts, some of them, some of the order was actually a little bit weird, and it didn't quite do the right quantities or what kind of carry on. So let's use 6 of those. So I'm still finding a few little bits and pieces missing, even though I should really have everything. But it's okay, we're going to make do, and we're going to get this thing done. I think this is quite cool. You can angle the cannon. Yeah, very cool. So just need to try and track down a plate to go across here. Take a look in the spares. Ah, look. Will one of those work, or are they too short? Ah, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Said in my best Australian. Okay. James! Did I hear you? So you had to order some missing parts? Yeah, so I actually, I ordered a few. I also got a bunch of parts. I've got a couple of bags actually. I've got this bag of parts came from the guy who actually owns the set. I let him know which pieces we were missing. And he raided his extensive collection and got me a bag of parts. I also had ordered some parts just in case he didn't get back to me in time. So I've kind of got a second bag of spare parts there. But I am still finding a few little bits and pieces which are missing. But nothing nothing critical yet, which is great. There'll be a few parts which will be good to get hold of, just because if you know where to look, it looks a little bit weird with them missing. But in general, yeah, most of the stuff is here. It's just when the guy bought this, he was assured that, that there were a few substituted parts, but there's pretty much all there. Whereas when we pulled it apart, we found that there were a lot of substituted parts, and there were actually a bunch of parts missing, which is not ideal, not great, but it's the way it goes sometimes, especially with a MOC. But we are indeed getting there. So close. Oh, we're only a few pages away from the end of the first PDF. Now that's actually pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. So yeah, so we did have to order some parts, but it's not too bad. Right, how is this bit going together? This is supposed to be a dark grey part, but it's okay. There are some colour substitutions going on. Including the instructions. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure what that's referring to, including the instructions. Oh, do I have to order the instructions? Is that what you're saying? Oh, this is a bit tricky. If you are saying that did I have to order the instructions? The guy who bought this, the guy he bought it off, had bought the instructions and gave him the digital versions of the instructions. So I just have them on the iPad here. Which actually works pretty well. In many ways, it's just as good as paper instructions when you've got a dedicated device that you can use. And yeah, in many ways, it's actually a little bit easier, except when you run out of battery. That in the middle of a live stream, that you know, not that would ever happen to me. Right? Yeah, right. But it is pretty easy having them on the iPad rather than having a massive book of instructions. I think the last live stream that we did, which was Sunday morning, it was about 10-15 minutes before the end of the stream, and yeah, my iPad died, so I had to quickly pull out my phone and pull it up on my phone, use my phone as a backup, which it's doable, but it's not ideal. It's obviously a lot smaller, so you've got to be zooming in and out all the time, so it's a little bit more annoying, but it's all good we got there. I think that might be the end of that bag. Now there's a bunch of parts left over. Let me just have a quick look to see where these should be used. No, I think now there was a duplicated instruction back here somewhere. I think we've got everything. Let me just double check. Yeah, now 374 and 375. I think they have actually duplicated the instruction, as in the second one shouldn't be there because it is identical to the first, and I can't see anywhere that those parts would be going in I haven't come across any of those parts, any gaps since. So I think we can say that that these parts are spare, these parts are left over, and yeah, there's quite a few, which is a little disconcerting, but I'm sure it will all come out in the wash, so to speak. All come out in the wash. I've often thought it would be fun to build something like this, but completely swap out the parts for random bright colours. Yeah, there are some guys who do that. I have seen a few of those done. Actually, we've got this little wing guy here. Is he going to be? Oh, here's a missing part. Sweet. You can put it on the back there. We're still missing one. Like we still need another one of those. But hey, that definitely helps. That definitely looks a lot better that he's there now. Yes, I have seen some of those in some of the Facebook groups where they build these Imperial or First Order vehicles as such, instead of the dark grey and the light grey kind of colours. It's like a hippie rainbow just about. It's like they just completely random all bright colours. So yeah, it does look, it looks pretty crazy. Kind of cool, but quite crazy. Right, steps 400 to 438. It doesn't seem like that many steps, so I imagine we're going to be powering through these next few steps in this bag quite quickly. So that's promising. Just promising indeed. There's a few big parts in there. Rich from Brickscene, how you doing? Hope you're doing awesome on this fine evening, this sweltering hot evening. In fact, it might not be sweltering hot outside, but it is sweltering hot in here. I don't really want to put the fan on because it makes too much noise, but yes, it is a hot one in here. But yeah, I hope you're having a great evening. This thing is certainly coming along quite nicely. It's coming along quite well. Yeah, I've got these random like brownie colour ones, which I don't think it's faded. I think it's actually just the wrong colour, but that's all right. That's all right. We'll get there. Yes, I'm good. I am good. Yeah. What have you been up to lately? I'm assuming that you've been cranking out some videos. You've been working hard lately. Man, you've been working hard. If anyone hasn't heard of or checked out Brickscene's channel, please go check him out. He does fantastic reviews of all sorts of different sets. He's got a great review on the Ecto 1. And if you really want to see it being built in real time, he's got an epic 5.5-hour stream, which I was on as well, while he built the thing. That was a marathon. That was a cool stream. But yes, definitely go check out his channel. And for those in New Zealand, he has got a fantastic competition on at the moment for New Zealand only residents. So make sure you go check out his channel and go and enter into the competition, because it is, in his words, it is a doozy, and I would absolutely agree. It's in combination with Caden, is it Caden Brick Store on Bricklink. Caden has generously donated this amazing set which Rich from Brickscene is giving away. It's like a $1,300 set, I think. It's like the city town hall, one of the modular buildings, and yeah, I'm entered. I would love to win that thing. I haven't got any modulars, but man, that would be a great start to a modular collection. That's for sure. So fingers crossed. And yes, if you are in New Zealand, go and enter because it is a great prize. Actually, don't go and enter because like then it's like more chance that I'll win. So yeah, no, go and enter. But yes, totally, absolutely endorse that competition. It's so good. What are we looking for? Light grey, 1x3. Oh, there's one. How many do I need? 2. And there's the other one. And a couple of these curve guys. Where are you? 1. Do I see another one? Come on, Mr. Light Grey Curve guy. Where are you? There you are. Okay, now we can get through the first couple of instructions on this at least. Caden's Bricklink store. Yes. So I was talking before about Bricklink, and it's a great way to get parts and get. Oops. It might help if I do that the right way around. Yeah, get different parts and things for either replacement parts or extra parts or parts for building a MOC or whatever. Bricklink is the place to go. It is a great site. There are thousands and thousands of privately owned stores on there selling individual Lego parts, new and used. So yeah, go check out Caden's Bricklink, which you'll have to anyway for the competition, which is perfectly valid. I think it's a great store. He's got some really cool stuff. In fact, he is the largest Bricklink store in New Zealand. So he would have some really cool stuff. In fact, he's even got some rare sets for sale as well. On his store. So yeah, very cool. Go check it out. Go into the competition, and good luck. I'd like to say I hope you win, but I hope I win. So, but hey, all's fair. Yes, good luck. I'll just say good luck. Good luck. Yeah. But yes, Rich, you must have been, you have been very busy. You have certainly been cranking out the content lately. Kind of puts me to shame a little bit, but that's okay. It is not a competition. I am absolutely stoked for you and how quickly your channel has grown. You have just hit, recently, not just hit, but recently hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, and had a shorts video which has just exploded and has gone nuts, and you are almost to 2,000 subs now. So yeah, congrats, man. That is so awesome. Keep the 11th January free if possible. You and me will go take over and stream from Toyco for the new releases. Perfect. Fantastic, man. That sounds awesome. I am in like Flynn. 11th of January, definitely. We will definitely be around Auckland then, and I am keen as. Right, how do these bits go together? That good old sandwich technique. Light grey, dark grey, light grey. Okay. It's a good way to add add a little bit of detail and get some of these grates. Okay, have I got everything on this? I have. Okay, what else do we need to add? Oh, what's going on there? Ah. Oh, goodness me. After looking at that and thinking, yes, I've got everything on there, turns out I haven't. I'm missing a piece. There we go. That makes more sense. Okay. Right. Oh, you are most welcome. You are most welcome, Rich. Yeah. We're all in this together. That's for sure. We're all in this together. It's hard enough to, yeah, it's hard enough to do anything with stuff on YouTube. So it's so good to be able to partner with some people and just support each other. You know, it's really good. Great. And it definitely helps when I'm when you're a genuine fan of somebody. It's just easy to promote them, really. And I am a genuine fan of Brickscene and what he is doing and has done for the Lego community, especially in New Zealand. Yeah, good job. Keep it up. Props. Yeah, good. So for anyone just joined, if anybody has just joined in the stream, come say hi. Come say hi. We don't bite much. No, we don't bite. And yeah, come say hi. Come join in on the chat. I'd love to hear where people are from and what people are up to. If people are building anything at the moment, or whether they're just hanging out on YouTube, just chilling. Yeah, come say hi. Yeah, man, it helps when you can appreciate what we're all trying to achieve in the game. Yeah, totally. And I think one thing I do like about YouTube and the whole kind of community as such is that there's no need for competition as such. Like everybody's kind of just doing their own thing. Everyone's kind of got their own little niche, and a lot of the time a lot of the channels just they kind of complement each other, you know. And there's no real need to be cutthroat or anything, you know. So yeah, I have quite enjoyed getting a little bit more involved in the community side of things, and you know, meeting new people and hanging out and just, you know, sharing passions. It's great. It's really, really good. Good indeed. Now, I was saying before that it is mighty hot in this room, and this is an older iPad, and it also gets mighty hot just on its own, just because it's old, and yeah, it is what it is. But my arm's resting on it, and it's just, I can feel the heat just radiating through it. It's so hot. But hey, that's okay. The price we pay. It's the price we pay. Right, so that's that bit done. I'm not sure where that's going to go, so we're just going to put that over to the side and get to pull out some big chunky bits. Nothing like some big chunky bits to power. You probably don't really want to be using power and chunky bits in the same sentence, right? But chunky Lego bits to power through some steps. And then we need a light grey 2x6. Do we have a light grey 2x6, or do we have to sub it for a dark grey? I think probably subbing for a dark grey. That's annoying. Got anything Anything more spears? Wouldn't imagine so, but you never know. Give it a long shot. Yeah, there's a huge audience out there, and we're all trying to carve our own little way of doing things. That's right. Check out people like Dog Samson, Sans, etc. They contribute equally, but in a very different way. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Yep, everyone's got their own slightly different way of doing things, which is cool. And yeah, like I said, a lot of the streams complement each other. Like I've never seen or had any inclination to to do exactly the same things as you're doing, Rich. Just because there's no point. Like, you do them really well, so I'll let you do them. Yeah, and yeah, I think our streams complement each other quite well. So it is all good. All good in the hood. All gravy, baby. Gosh, I have really got a mishmash of parts here, haven't I? Alright, there we go. 3 and another 3. Oh, I'm reminded too of Dan from Between the Bricks. I mean, again, he does his thing like completely different from you or I. So again, it's like if you guys haven't seen Dan from Between the Bricks, go check out his channel. He also does a lot more live streaming actually on Twitch. And is another YouTube guy, YouTube streamer. Yeah, he's great content, good guy, great guy. He just does stuff differently to either of us. So yeah, again, I think it's all complementary. It all works pretty well. We're not trying to do the same thing or get an edge up on each other, and join forces and help each other out, and yeah. What's the saying? A rising tide lifts all boats. Something like that. But yeah. So in a lot of ways, if one of us has success, then the others can kind of ride on that, and vice versa. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Is what I say. Hard enough doing this thing on your own, so why not join forces and help each other out? Makes way more sense than just trying to slog away on your own. But even if we do the same thing, there's enough of an audience out there that we simply would never step on each other's. They're totally step on each other's toes. Some might prefer your delivery, and some might prefer mine. Exactly. Like, if I did a review of the Ecto 1 or in the speed or the build of an Ecto 1, my style would be totally different to yours. So yeah, would either appeal to a different audience, or just be a different perspective more than anything else. It's not. Yeah, totally. It's not competition. It's different perspectives and things. So yeah, it's fantastic. Goody. Nope. That's a nope. I missed a piece. Almost. No, close, but no cigar. You didn't miss by far. Close but no cigar. Here we go. That's better. A couple more of those vertical guys. And we have officially finished PDF 1. Woohoo! Yes! Alright. Right, let's get on to PDF 2. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so let's take these two bits that we have just built. And where are they going to go? Aha, on the front here. It looks really small on that camera angle. It's funny. This thing is huge in front of me. Okay, so which way up do these go? That way. And oh, that's right. I took these off because I kept grabbing them, catching them with my fingers and ripping them apart. So let's get these on now. So they can stay on there now. There we go. That gives me a little bit more perspective. Ah, I see. So these guys go together. Is this correct? Hang on, just give me a second. It looks right. There's a big gap in there. Hang on. Alright, back to the other set of instructions, the other PDF. Goodness me. Goodness me. What have I done here? So that goes there. Right, yes, okay. I did miss a piece. That's one of these steps that has multiple layers in the same step. Quite confusing. Well, not, yeah. It could be done better. It's just, there we go, that's a bit better. So, no gap in here now, jolly good. And this guy, if I can just get him on there, clop, just like that. There we go. Actually, what I thought was the front is actually the back, and what I thought was the back is actually the front. So this is the back here, and this is the front, from what I can gather. Maybe? Oh, I don't know. We'll soon find out. Okay, back to instruction number 2. It's getting to be quite a beast indeed. Vault Dweller 111. Welcome. Vault Dweller 111. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We are building this epic AT-M6 Walker MOC, which is around about 4,100 odd pieces. So it is a bit of a beast. I did wonder a couple of times whether I'd bitten off maybe a little more than I could chew. So, but I think we might actually be okay. Now that I'm this far through, we are up to step 417 of about 667, so we are pretty much 2/3 of the way through. So it is really coming together. We built the legs and we're now building the body. Brixine says, yes, yeah, that's the way it goes. Big legs at the front, come up higher, yeah. So yeah, the front up here, and then, yeah, I had kind of wondered, because I mean that's kind of the where the head would attach surely on that big Technic beam, because you want something strong to be able to hold the head there. So yes, so Vault Dweller, welcome, and let us know what you're up to. Where are you from, actually? Just generally. Don't mean to get like personal and stuff, but it is always interesting. I love finding out where in the world people are from when watching the streams. So I'll be really keen to know where in the world are you from, Vault Dweller. You're more than welcome to join in on the chat. Australia, Tasmania, fantastic. As I said, welcome. So Tasmania, that's one place I've never been to. I have been to Australia a few times. I've been to Melbourne. I've been to Sydney a few times, but I have not been to Tasmania. My wife's been to Adelaide, but I have not been to Tasmania. Yeah, I've seen a little bit about Tasmania. It's quite nice down there. It does look quite nice. Yeah, smaller. Is it like kind of smaller communities down there as such, or is it? I'm showing my geographical ignorance. Is it like mainly small communities, or is there like a big city in Tasmania? I can't even think of how big Tasmania is. Like, I would imagine it's actually a pretty decent size. Yeah, right? Big, it's a decent size. Please excuse my ignorance, and please excuse the Australian accent that comes out every now and then. Yes, no disrespect to my cousins across the ditch. Across the ditch. My cousins across the ditch. Oh, I need two of those. Okay. I need another one of those. Actually, Ryan, who's in the chat, he is in the Gold Coast, as far as I'm aware. And on Sunday morning, he joined in on my ridiculously early stream. He joined in when it was like 4:15 a.m. And I was like, dude, what the heck? What the heck are you doing awake? And he said that the storms were keeping him awake. So did you guys have any storms down in Tasmania on Sunday, or was it mainly just further north? Yeah, I think Australians can probably take a little bit of tongue-in-cheek between New Zealand and Australia, right? You give as much as you take. But yes, the odd Australian vowels will come out every now and then once something goes right. Usually with a beautiful mate. But that's okay. That's the way it goes. That is the way it goes. 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or maybe I need to start really accentuating my New Zealand accent, my New Zealand accent for my Australian brother who from Tasmania. Yeah. From New Zealand. It always cracks me up actually when we have gone to like the US or something, and we've gone for a reasonable amount of time, and we got kind of gotten used to hearing the American accents around the place, and it just becomes normal. You know, spend enough time over there, it just becomes normal to listen to. And then you come back to New Zealand, and you're walking through the airport, and it's over the loudspeaker. It's like, "Welcome to New Zealand. Welcome to New Zealand. I hope you had a good flight. Welcome to New Zealand." So cringe hearing the New Zealand accent, and such a thick, strong New Zealand accent after being overseas for so long. So funny. What have we got here? Currently, we're supposed to have a couple of black Technic axles, but we might just be getting away with the red ones. Yep, red it is. And 3 of these again. Raid the spare parts bag. Or I should say the missing parts bag. Hopefully there's another one of those in there somewhere. Hopefully. I'm getting a new Technic Lamborghini shortly. Oh! That, if anything, that has got to warrant an Australian beautiful. Beautiful! Yeah, man, that would be wicked. That would be so awesome. Yes, great model. I haven't built it myself, but have admired it from afar. Yes, looks very, very cool. Still missing one of these pieces, so let's have a little bit of a look-see in the spares department. There's a couple of black ones in there. Really great if we had another dark grey. Although I can probably get away with a black one. Yeah, what's that set looks amazing, nice. Yeah, it does. Cost me $577, but it's worth it. Yeah, that particular set is very, very pricey, but totally worth it. Especially if you're into collecting those Technic cars, because they are quite impressive indeed. But yes, that one definitely is will make a fantastic display piece. Absolutely. So are you more into the Technic stuff, False Dweller? Yeah, obviously you do have at least an appreciation for Star Wars, being here watching the AT-M6 being built. But what's your favourite? Are you more into the Technic and the display side of things, or Star Warsy side of things, or is there any other things that you're into as well? Let me know. I am really interested to find out. 2 of those, and 2 of those, and 2 of those. All right. Now that we've got parts out, where do they live? Those guys go on there. And there. Yeah, I think the only Technic set that I have got, the only new modern, I should say, Technic set that I've got is the Mac Anthem, which is, I mean, I was super impressed with the technical engineering of that, and I think the Lamborghini is going to be even more so. How many pieces is the Lamborghini set? Does anybody know? I'm sure you probably know, Rich. Yeah, I'm just curious. What's the size on that guy? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 guys, and 1 of 4. Looks like an 8. Go. I love Star Wars Lego because I'm a big fan of Boba Fett. Cool. So I'm sure well, actually, do you watch The Mandalorian? Let me just tread carefully here for a second. Do you watch The Mandalorian? I am curious, just before I start rambling on about that. Oh yeah, you have the cheer on, but not the Lambo. Yep. In fact, if there's anybody here who does watch The Mandalorian and isn't up to date, please let me know, because I really don't want to spoil it for you if I start rambling on about The Mandalorian. Great show, absolutely loved that show. Am super stoked for the spin-offs that have been announced from Disney. I'm really looking forward to more live action, character-driven series from Disney. Looking forward to those coming out. No, but I need to. All right, well then I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it for you. I won't mention any spoilers. But needless to say that it is a great show. Highly recommend it. It's definitely one of my favourites. And I know for a fact that it's definitely one of Rich's favourites. As well. What do we need here? 2 of you guys. Some snots, some snot bricks. It always cracks me up how they're called snot bricks. Always found that flippin' hilarious. You, and already got a couple of you. Okay, let's build this thing. Of course, it doesn't help if you don't have Disney. It's kind of the only real way of watching it legally. But to be honest, I think probably especially with the content that has been announced recently over the last week or so, I would say that the cost of a Disney Plus subscription is probably, for a Star Wars fan, is probably worth it just for the Star Wars content. What do you guys reckon? I'm pretty impressed with the Star Wars offering from on Disney Plus, especially with the new stuff coming out. I think it's great. I think it's only going to get better too. Yes, Brixine is a fan, a big fan. Okay, what have we missed here? Oh, we haven't missed anything. Oh, that's cool. See, one of these is actually slightly longer than the other by one, and that will slot in there quite nicely. And line up alongside that one. Jolly good. Feel like that gap is bigger in the picture, but I guess not. Cool, 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 cool. And then the other side. Yeah, what do you reckon, Rich? You reckon the Mandalorian and the future Disney offerings is enough for the price of? Does that justify, if that was the only thing that you were watching on Disney, do you reckon that'd justify the subscription cost? I'm curious what you think. Two of those. Yeah, super excited for the new stuff too. Absolutely, yeah. Really looking forward to. I'm loving the idea of exploring his character a whole lot more. I think that will be very intriguing, and I think it will be. I think it will actually be quite dark. Just from some of the stuff that he said in Rogue One, that, yeah, some of the stuff that he's had to do in the name of the rebellion, it sounded like he's had to do some pretty nasty stuff. So yes, it'll be great exploring his character and his backstory, and really looking forward to that. Rich, did you ever create a video of your Lamborghini build, or do you just have the Bugatti? Yeah, just have the Bugatti. Didn't do a video on it, unfortunately. Probably a good thing, because I built one of the diffs wrong. Yeah, I feel your pain. Yeah, hilariously, going back to the Mac Anthem video, the Mac Anthem build, there is actually a little Easter egg. There's a little mistake Easter egg in there. If you look closely enough in the video, I also build the diffs incorrectly, and it was pulled up by someone after I posted it, and I was aware that it was there. It was funny how I discovered that I had built them wrong. I'd done like the final shot of the chassis part with all the wheels on there, and I kind of was building away, and then I was going to do this roll out shot, right? So it kind of rolls out of camera, and then I went to roll it out after putting the final bits together, and the wheels just grabbed on the table and pulled. I was just like, what on earth? And then I was like, hang on a second, that the wheels are grabbing, it must mean the diff is locked, like it's built wrong. So surely enough, I went back through the instructions and found that I had actually built the diff wrong, as in I built them both the same rather than opposite. But it was a mistake that was done so far in the past. I didn't want to have to do or redo all of the filming. It was probably like a day's worth of work, a day's worth of filming, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So I ended up just leaving it in there, and just thought, if someone notices, oh well, yeah, no biggie. Obviously I fixed it up, so from that point onwards it was correct. But yes, there's a few little Easter eggs and a few little mistakes along in the videos, in my build videos, which I think it's kind of fun, to be honest. If you're really looking, you'll find some mistakes in there. I think of them as little Easter eggs. And yeah, it's all good. It's definitely an easy mistake to make, especially if you're not used to working with that whole double diff kind of thing. Yeah, definitely an easy mistake to make. I have worked a lot with diffs. Sorry, I'm just trying to look for a particular part which I have seen somewhere. I have worked a lot with diffs, especially in cars. So the front and back diff, but not like a double diff right next to each other. So hence, yeah, it's an easy mistake to make. That's for sure. Not one that you'd make again. I think if you were building another Technic truck. The Acolyte. The Acolyte looks really interesting. Okay, I don't think. Oh, is that one of the? Explain more. What's the Acolyte before I embarrass myself by saying, oh, is that the? And then it's absolutely not even close to being related. Oh, what is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 by 6. Is that this guy? 2, 4, 6, 8. No, I didn't think so. Or I make it up from this actually, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. That's exactly what I did. Luckily, they must have thought of it because it was relatively easy to remove. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And same with the Mac Anthem too. Like once I realised, it's like, sweet. So just whip it out and spin it around and put it back in. It was all good, but yeah, it was pretty funny when posted the video on the one of the big international Technic Facebook groups, and one of the first comments was like, oh yeah, your diffs are built backwards. So I just kind of laughed it off in a way and was just like, yeah, I know, it is what it is. It's not really that big a deal, and then just kind of told the story of how I discovered that it was wrong, but decided to just keep going anyway. Yeah, laughs all round. Right, did I need one of those? Cool. Oh man, this is looking wicked. Oh, jeepers, that's heavy. That is quite heavy now. That is very solid. Crikey. Yeah, cheers, nerds. Yeah, one of the Star Wars series set a couple of 100 years before Episode 1. Ah, right. Explores more of the rising of the dark side. Ah, yes, the Acolyte, the series. Okay, cool. I was just about to say, oh, is that like one of the Technic trucks? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, about to make a complete fool of myself. Yes, yes, all of those Star Wars. Like, I love having. It's so good that they've got a really good director at the helm. Just like they did with Marvel, and they had Kevin Feige kind of overseeing everything. How I'm assuming it's Jon Favreau at the helm, kind of in the same position that Kevin Feige's in, but kind of just overseeing everything and making sure that everything is feeding into the same story and just developing things well. Disney's got a real opportunity here, I think, with these series rather than the movies. And I have really loved Jon Favreau's work for many years now. He's so talented. And what's hilarious is that so often his characters that he plays, usually in movies that he directs, are just so straight and so down the line and dry and so serious that they're funny, and that just really appeals to my sense of humour in a massive way. But usually the movies that he's doing that in, the movies themselves are so funny. So he's got to have just the most amazing sense of humour. Yeah, he would be an amazing guy to be around, that's for sure. Most definitely. In fact, one of the movies that he directs for this time of year is Elf, with Will Ferrell in it. It's definitely one of our favourite family movies to watch. We usually watch it once a year. We've already watched it this Christmas, and chances are we'll probably watch it again at some point. Yeah, definitely a family favourite. In fact, that movie is the first place we heard our middle daughter's name, Jovi. So it is. I have to say, it is a little weird now watching the movie, and then all of a sudden Jovi comes along. It's like, oh yeah, Jovi. Yeah, I mean we just loved the sound of the name. It's such a beautiful name, so we ended up using it. Yeah, it was very apt for our daughter, whose name is Jovi. It's got to be one of the few Will Ferrell movies that's actually like really clean. He can be a little on the dodge side sometimes, but yeah, definitely. Alpha's definitely one for the family. What have we got here? So that's there. Oh, we only need one of those. Okay, there, yep. Excuse me for just taking a second to get my bearings. And hopefully I can grab onto something to push this down and not pull something apart. Have we reached the end of the playlist? Have we? Hopefully that just hasn't been repeating for the last hour. Oh, good thing it's just background music anyway, right? Okay, and we get a 6 and a 2 by 4, and I'm loving that we are powering through this. Just about through another bag. So I guess everybody's starting to wind down for Christmas. When is everybody's break starting? Mine's starting on this Friday. Actually, is my last day for the year, and man, I am in countdown mode. It cannot come soon enough. I am so looking forward to my break this year. Alright, let's spin. Oh no, we don't want to spin this around. It is the right perspective. So, what have we got? You go there. You go there. Thursday, even better than Friday. Nice. I actually usually have every second Friday off, which just kind of gives me some time to work on, you know, other projects and things for other clients. But and this Friday would actually be one of those Fridays. However, I decided that this particular Friday I would actually work, just because it tends to help the bank balance a little bit. Oh no, it's all right. Don't panic. It's okay. I was like, oh no, we don't have this piece, but it's okay because we do. Different colour, but that's okay. How many of these do I need? I need 2 of these. I have 1. Right, do I have any spare in here? Vault Dweller, Thursday 2? Yep, nice. Well, keep me in mind on Friday, guys. I'm slaving away in the coal mine. Not really, but figuratively. Yes. Looking forward to the break. Has indeed been a crazy year. Alright, so what am I going to use? Because I think I need 2 of these 1x4 bricks. 1 goes up there. Oh, I actually need 4 of these. Should zoom out a little bit so you can see what I'm actually doing. Do I have any 1x4 bricks in this slot? No. Okay. So, next best thing will be to use some. Anything else? Surely I can make up a 1x4 brick. There we go. 1x4 Technic brick. That'll do. That'll work. Won't look as pretty, but it'll do the job. Yes, I do have to say that I have been. Oh, you need to bring. Ooh, I've never seen any of those beams, and I only have 1 of them. No. Ugh, ew. I'm gonna have to use a different colour. Okay. Oh, hang on. No, there we go. Not ideal because it's kind of these browny ones, but better than black, I think. Yeah, I have been quite blessed this year, as in with my job, with all the lockdowns and so forth. I've managed to work through, hence really looking forward to a break, because a lot of New Zealand had an enforced break, which is not good, which is terrible. So I really do feel for those that had an unforeseen break enforced upon them with the lockdowns and things. But I was blessed enough to be able to work through. So, yes, definitely time for a break. All right, some bricks. Brick. And a couple of these guys. Build a mini wall. And the mini wall goes in the middle here. Oh, this will be a case of not going to be able to get it apart unless you actually know how it comes apart. There we go. Just like that. Where's the 6 go? Right, so we kind of goes offset there. I was so scared that I'm going to tip on this and it's just going to hit something and stuff is going to go flying. 2, 3, 4 of you. 4 4s, 2, 3, 4, and a couple of silver great guys. I guess you can kind of get away with these brownie bricks. And they kind of just look like a little bit like weathering, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I might try and get some replacements. We'll see. We will see how we go. Right, them to them. The end of this bag is in sight. Ooh, some tiles. Oh, just got the tiles out. My brain is seriously not working. Okay, fingers crossed. I'll get these 2x2 plates. Spares bag. Oh, lots of 1x2s. How many of these do I need? Actually, have a look at the spares. See what we've got in here. Oh look, here we go. Here he is. So we have got, we need a tile, 2 of those, 1 of those, 4 of 1, 2, 3, sorry for the lack of conversation, gentlemen. Just trying to figure out what I do and don't have here. yes, making great progress. I am, yeah, pretty stoked with how it is coming together. Definitely stoked. Okay, right. Cool. I think most of that horrid brown 2x6 will actually be covered anyway, so it's not going to be such a big deal after all. Hang on. That is supposed to go. That guy goes on there. Right. Leave a space for the grate. That guy goes on there. There, and there. Alright. Oh, sounds like Tarzan the Destroyer is at the door. Three. Couple of those guys. I have my some headphones at the same time. All good. Yes, I'm sure you've got so much video footage that you need. Yes, Cat does want in. Right, I'm going to let him in. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. Come on, Tarzan. Come on. Come on, quick. Hurry up. Hopefully he'll just slide down and have a sleep somewhere. Meow. Yeah, meow to you too. Okay, one of you and one of you. Alright. So if you see cameras falling over and things falling down, it's okay, it's just Tarzan. Hey buddy. He's like, look at this AT-M6, you're making such good progress. One thing I definitely love about this MOC is all the different techniques that they've used to go for the studless stuff. So any of the exposed studs are there for a reason, and there's lots of detail, but yeah, studs removed. It's quite cool. Yeah, Tarzan the Destroyer. If you've watched some of the videos, he does feature in the intergalactic command base video, where he had to get on camera and came in and actually knocked some stuff over, and I decided to actually use that in the video. And look out, it's a giant space beast. My kids think that's hilarious when he comes on and knocks something off. Yeah, they think it's pretty funny. But he screams for attention, so he will often come in and knock things over and rub himself up against things like cats do. He's off into the wardrobe now to try and go find a place to sleep, I think. But yes, he's a fun cat to have around. Not so much fun at 4 o'clock in the morning when he decides that he's actually really hungry. Comes and wakes the household up, but he is what he is. He is what he is. So he's a common occurrence on the channel and on the live streams. Their vault dweller. He is definitely a noisy sod, that's for sure. He makes his presence known. He loves to be around people, so he loves, especially actually, to be around me. So he will often find where I'm at and just come and hang out, and then as soon as I get up and leave, he'll come and find me again. So yeah. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, he just knocked some boxes over in the wardrobe, jumping up to try and find a spot to sleep. Tarzan, you're a menace. Very pretty menace, but a menace nonetheless. Plenty of Tarzan stories. Plenty of Tarzan stories. Okay, now I do need to be a little bit careful of this because I'll need to disassemble it to finish off this area. I'm just missing a couple of plates, which I really should get myself sorted and actually grab those pieces so we can put those together. Some silver grate. What is it? Nope. No, it's just the light on Velcro grates. Okay. No, what is? Okay, take note of how this goes together because this will need to come apart to revisit that section that needs to be finished off. This head attachment definitely looks solid though. It's one thing about the AT-80 which I reviewed, well, put together, my brother-in-law's AT-80, and that was probably one of my only complaints, is that the head is so fragile. Man, it is. You just look at it wrong and it falls off, and bits sort of fall out everywhere, and yeah, it's a bit all over the place. Okay, so again, big pile to go into the spares box. Cool. And new bag. We're probably not going to go for a whole lot longer, but let's just keep going just a little bit into the next bag. Actually, this might be 439, 471. No, it looks like lots of small pieces. So. Oh gosh, yes, lots of small pieces. I tell you what is so good, having everything sorted into bags. Man, it's, when I first started this stream, I thought, hey, I'm just gonna like have the big container of all of the pieces, and I am going to just find the pieces as I go. And then I realized, like an hour or so before the stream was going to start, I was like, hang on a second, that is so not going to work, not even a little bit. I'm going to end up spending like 15 minutes per piece, and that is going to be like the most boring stream ever. So I quickly threw together some of the steps, spent like, oh gosh, a couple of, it's probably the 2 or 3 hours before the stream was going to start, just madly trying to find enough parts for enough steps to get through the stream, and I got about halfway through the stream and then had to revert to the floor, which is, in many ways, that's kind of what Lego's all about. You know, building Lego on the floor. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so my amazing wife decided that she was like, why don't I just go through and just catalog it all? Or yeah, just pull out all the pieces for you. I was like, you know what? That'd be super, super awesome. So she, as quickly as she possibly could, raced through and grabbed pieces out and found pieces that were missing and substitutions and all sorts of bits and pieces. So gave us a bit of a head start, which was great. Now I do have that piece there, and that piece there. Jolly good. Cheat, yeah. Yeah. Would have been an entire stream of this sound for like half an hour while I tried to find like a single piece. I ended up having, for those that weren't there, I have a mat that I have my office chair on that just protects the carpet. It's like probably 1 meter by 1200, and I had the parts just like covering that completely, and it wasn't even like I still had to rummage through because it was multi layers deep. It was, it's a lot of pieces. At that point I realized that I seriously underestimated the size of this set. It's a big one. It is the biggest set that I have ever put together myself, and it is the first time I have attempted to put together somebody else's MOC, which I think is really fun. I have really enjoyed the build. Like it's really interesting, the different building techniques and all of that kind of stuff. Very, very interesting indeed. Yeah, an entire stream of like Lego sorting noises and muffled expletives under my breath. Yes. Not quite as entertaining as I would have hoped for the stream. So, yeah. Right, so I need 4 of these guys. With a ton of little parts. Oh, I need 4 of the. Oh, crikey. Yeah, there's. Okay, I should probably be building 4 of these on the go at the same time. Be a good way to race through this bag, actually. Get that out of the way. Put these into the center, and then we can kind of zoom in on the action a little bit. So, yeah, that is the wrong piece. That way. I've got a few of the around 2,500 piece sets. The Mac Anthem, of course, which ended up being split into 2 build videos because it was such a monster. That was about 2,500 odd pieces. I mean, the Tantive was about 1,700, I think. The Pirates of Barracuda Bay, my favourite Lego set ever. I think that one's about 2,500. Ended up building that on a live stream series recently. Oh man, I loved putting that set together. I don't know how any set could come close and topple its crown of my favourite set ever. But you never know. You never know. Do I have any more? Oh, I might have some snot bricks. Let me just have a quick look here to see if. Alright. I need to find a couple more snot bricks, just 2 more. Now I'm sure somewhere I have used some snot bricks. Yeah, there we go. There we are in there. Use some snot bricks because we ran out of 1x2 blocks. There we go. Oh, it's another light grey book. Might put that in later. It probably doesn't really matter. I think it's pretty solid under here. But there was a 2x1 brick that we missed out earlier in the piece because it was missing. So it kind of made do, but it just had a big plate sitting over the top of it, so it wasn't too big a deal. Oh, didn't need them anyway. What a muppet! What a muppet! Wow, got 1 extra here. That's cool. London Bridge bricks. Greg, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Oh man, it is so good to finally have somebody from that international community on one of my streams. You're the first. You are the first. I was wondering who would come along and who from that community would be the first one to come along. I'm stoked that it's you, Greg. I am stoked to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's good. Streaming for me is a recent thing, but I have come to find that I really enjoy it. It is such good fun. My original intention with doing the streams was actually to do the filming for the build videos that I end up doing, but then I got the Pirates of Barracuda Bay set, and I was like, you know, maybe I could try and do a time-lapse thing while I'm doing the stream, and it just never quite worked. So I was like, nah, stuff it. I'm gonna build this set just for the enjoyment of actually building it, and I just loved every second of it, and I just loved hanging out with people and talking with people, and and I really enjoy streaming. So here I am, still streaming. So we're building the this AT-M6 MOC, 4,100 odd pieces, which I have to have done by Christmas. I don't know if you've seen my shorts where it says, I've got to have this done by Christmas. That is actually true. I do have to have it done by Christmas. I have to have it not only built, but any filming that I want to have done with it and disassembled, ready to be returned to its owner a couple of days before Christmas, because we're going away a couple of days before Christmas. So the crunch is on to get this built on stream by the well, really probably by the 21st, really, to give myself a couple of days. So yes, so it's great to have you here. But anyway, I'm glad that you could stop by. You're probably gone by now. Now that I've like rambled on. Yeah, if you're still here, thank you so much for dropping in, and I will see you. Well, I'll probably chat to you on your stream on Saturday morning here, Friday night for you. So yeah, all the best. Thanks again for dropping in. So yeah, again, great Lego community. London Bridge Bricks. If you haven't heard of him or checked him out, UK streamer or UK YouTube guy who does does quite a few community streams, and they have people from Lego YouTubers from all over the world in his streams, and it's really cool. Brick Scene is a pretty much a regular there now, aren't you? On the Saturday morning London Bridge Bricks streams, but it's great to have some Kiwi representation in there. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Right, threes. It's always interesting when you kind of get into this production line thing. And am I missing one of those two? Do we have a sub for a different colour? That's a different colour. Let's see. Oh no, here we go. Don't panic! I can only imagine what the Colosseum would be like with the whole production line thing, where you've got all of those arches. Well, actually, that's not correct. We need twos on there. Yeah, lots and lots of twos. I know there was a meme out at one point, sort of showed the Lego instructions for building that arch in the Colosseum, and it was like, you know, times 200. So I don't think it's actually times 200. I don't know for sure, but I don't think it is. But I have a feeling that it's like at least it's times 80 or so of that particular piece. So yes, that will be an absolute beast. Be a beast to build. I gotta go, guys, but it's been great to talk to you and meet you. See ya. Thank you so much, Vault Dweller, for dropping in. I hope to see you next time. If you want to be notified of when I'm streaming next, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you've got your notifications on. No pressure, but if you had a good time and you want to come back, and yeah, I don't really have super regular times for streaming, so the best way is to just be subscribed and the notifications on, and yeah, well, I hope you come back. I hope to see you next time. But all the best, and yeah, thank you so much for dropping in and hanging out with us. It has been fun. It has been fun. Right, so now I've got 4 of those. Now for each one of those I need to build 4 of these, so it really means that I need to build 16 of them. Okay, right, this really must be what the Colosseum's like. Lots of little pieces. Helps if I put these around the right way too. Alright, I'm going to tip these out. Might be a bit easier to find the smaller pieces. Oh no! Computer died while rendering. That's the worst. Yeah, thung. Critical error, cannot continue. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be going for too much longer. I think I'm going to get these tanks built, and then I think I am going to call it a night. I think it's going to be a good spot to end it for this evening. So we will see how quick I can get through these. Might even have to get my concentratey face out. That'd be scary. Ah, they're not opposite. Done that first one wrong. Definitely not a good start, guys. Getting that first one wrong. I need to go back and revisit and correct it. Okay, there we go. Okay, 2 down. 14 to go. Right, let's just grab all of the 3s that we can find. Try and speed up the process a little bit. Twos, a whole stack of over 2s. How fast can my fingers move? Probably not fast enough, to be honest. Get these 1x2s out here. Production line building. This would be a great step for the kids to get involved with, right? It'd be like, I'm just going to move on to the next step. Here's this whole heap of parts. Can you just build me 16 of these, please? Depending on their age. They might go, yeah, nah. Or they might go, oh yeah, I can help. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, looks like a long night for you. Oh yes, rendering is a thing. It's a thing. Especially when your computer's getting on and it's a little bit tired and doesn't cope so well with the high CPU intense stuff. Okay, black. Okay, so what have we got? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So this should be the last one, but am I short a 1x3? I am. Here it is. Shall be good. Everything will look okay. 240p. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, it is 1990, right? Yeah, 240p is totally fine. Actually, it reminds me, 240p. One of my favourite shows back in the day used to be Stargate SG-1 loved the movie, absolutely loved the TV series, really enjoyed the spin-offs, and I don't know if it's US. Oh, Ryan, you got to go. Yes, thank you so much, Ryan, for hanging out. You've hung in there. Thank you so much for hanging out, especially for so long. Yeah, it's been awesome. It's always awesome having you on the stream. Love chatting. It's always awesome. So thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time, or talk to you offline. So yeah, thanks heaps, man. I'll talk to you soon. I'll let you go. So yeah, Stargate SG-1, my favourite back in the day, and I recently read that it is coming to Netflix, the whole catalogue of Stargate SG-1, which I'm assuming, they said the whole series, so I'm assuming it's all 10 seasons. And again, I'm not sure if that's just Netflix US, chances are it's probably going to be, really. But, yeah, it'd be really cool if that is New Zealand. Now, if I have in here, I do have them in here. But yes, I'm really hoping that it's New Zealand as well, not just the US Netflix. That would be very, very cool to revisit all that. And sorry, my point. You never really got into the TV show. Yeah. I think, I mean, it was a good, gosh, what was it? 90s and early 2000s show. Yeah, no, I thought it was all right. It was great to have the character development and Richard Dean Anderson. You know, like for us MacGyver babies who grew up watching MacGyver, it was great to see him in another show. But my point, finally, I'll get to my point eventually. I remember back in the day, don't tell the authorities, but we used to find Stargate SG-1 TV episodes on the internet, and we used to download them because we couldn't afford to pay for anything, and at that point. And they used to be a whopping 20 megabytes per episode. So, hence my point about and bringing it around to being relating to 240p. Yeah, it's it was interesting to watch. That's for sure. Good old 240p. Super highly compressed. You could pretty much just make out what was going on. Only just. For the most part. So I'm really hoping that it is actually does, like I said, I am hoping that it is New Zealand as well, because I would really love to watch that again. It'll be a bit of a mission, slogging through the whole thing again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 of them. Hopefully that'll be enough to finish these. So almost through this lot. Just got to finish off these, this little production line bit, and then finish off these tanks, and then we can call it a night. I think we've gotten through some pretty good stuff tonight. Pretty stoked with the progress we've made. Yeah, so many little pieces. So many little pieces. Because you're talking about old TV shows, well, older TV shows now. Some of my favourite shows were one of my favourite shows for a long time was actually Battlestar Galactica, the new one, the reboot. I loved how they only ever intended to make 4 seasons, and it was kind of a planned thing. So they, it ran for as long as it ran, and it ended well. But yes, that was definitely one of my faves. Now, and I loved Stargate. And then they brought out Stargate Universe. Now, what I found really interesting with that was that it was Stargate, but it was kind of in that darker. Because the thing about Battlestar is it just, you got to the end of an episode and you're just like, whoa, man, that was full on. Whereas Stargate was typically like, oh no, they're in trouble. I wonder how they're gonna get. Oh, yeah, okay, they're out of trouble now. It's okay. And it sometimes got just a little bit like, it's like the main characters were invincible. You know, even though it seems like they were in trouble, they were never really in trouble. Yeah. So I mean, it was entertaining. But then along came. What did I just say it was? Did I say it wasn't? Did I say it was Discovery? It's not Discovery. That's Star Trek. Destiny? No. Oh gosh, I can't remember now. Yeah, I think it was Destiny. Or maybe that's just what the ship was called. Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, I really enjoyed that series because it was kind of Stargate, set in the Stargate universe, but it had like the dark grittiness of Battlestar, and I think it was done by the directors of Battlestar, and I loved that. That was one of my favorite of the Stargate series, actually, because it was so dark and gritty, and you got to the end of an episode and you just like, things are desperate and I don't know how they're going to get out of this, and it's like people are actually dying and people like main characters are getting killed off. And it's just like, whoa, it's full on. But it was good. So yeah, you used to love the old one, old Battlestar, remembering it as a kid. Yeah, I remember going back to watch the old Battlestar after seeing the new series and loving the new series so much, and I kind of got halfway through the first episode. I was just like, oh, I just can't. I really want to be able to, but I just can't do it. It was just too old, and I didn't watch it as a kid, so I kind of didn't have that nostalgia. I knew about it, but I never actually watched it as a kid. So yeah, didn't really have that nostalgia to keep me going, persevering through a 70s TV show with not great special effects at the best of times. We are almost there. I'm really hoping that we don't run out of parts. I think we are going to be good. But there's definitely been a little bit of a longer stream tonight. Just trying to get through these bags, get through this build. But it is coming together. It is looking good. I used to love the old one. Don't get me wrong, I haven't watched it since. Yeah, I think if you went back now and you watched it, you'd probably be like, yeah, I think I got better things to do. I got better things to watch, more interesting things to watch. Yeah, I might go watch some reruns of The Mandalorian or something. Right, how do these go together? Right, back. Ah. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. To hold that all together. And then these. How's that gonna work? Ah, right. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Let me just see where that's supposed to go. No, I did it in the right place. Sorry. Hence my confused look for a second there. Just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Right, now, there we go. Finally, one complete. Now we just need to finish off building the other 3. Sweet. Oh, so close. So close to being at the end. Mr. Jumpy Jumpers. Mr. Radar Dishes. Two down. Oops. Almost there. Almost there. Number 3 down. Last one now. Where's that last jumper? Jumper, 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 jumper. There it is. And number 4. Whew. Okay, now I think, oh no, I can probably put them on this time. Let's zoom out again. I'm going to put these back here so we don't lose any bits. Definitely made great progress on that bag. Okay, now these were my spheres. Up just before I forget where everything's supposed to go, where everything's come from. All right. All right, okay. Whoops. You can go back in there. Let's get these on here, and then we will call it a night. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Check that out. What a beast. That is really, oopsie, oh, I did it again. Please go on easy, go on easy. There we go. Okay. Mental note, again, don't pull it from there. Wow, this thing is crazy big. It has got some serious weight to it, but man, we are making some serious progress. So that being done, yeah, it is. It's looking really good. So you can see, got the 2 legs in the background. Got one of the legs here. Let's go. There's the other leg there. Thank you so much. Let's end it there. Let's call that a night. Tonight has been a bit of a marathon stream. Oh crikey, it's been almost 3 hours. Jeepers. But hey, we have made some amazing progress on this thing. And I'm really stoked with how it is coming together. So thank you so much, Rich from Brick Scene. Thank you to everybody else who's been hanging out on the stream. Hope you had fun. And if you want to be notified of when I'm streaming next, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you have your notifications on so that you know when I am streaming. You get notified when I'm streaming next, and come hang out and come chat and keep me company and join in on the conversation and the craziness and the me forgetting where pieces go, and yeah, you know how it goes. So have a good night. I will see you next time. I am the Vintage Brick. Good night.